My name is Jeremy Solomon, and I have the honor and privilege of being the principal of this amazing high school. Tonight we continue the time-honored tradition of recognizing our young adults' accomplishments as they finish their high school careers and begin the next chapters of their lives in post-secondary education, the military, and the workforce. I'm confident that regardless of the path laid out before them, they will seize any opportunity that they have that may be presented for them. With that being said, I'd like to seize this moment to remind everyone to please turn your cell phones to vibrate. Before we move forward, I'd like to recognize those individuals that have put in the time and effort to make tonight such a special event. This year's graduation committee includes Mr. Chris Hinkle, Mr. Judd Kaminsky, Mr. Jack Murphy, Ms. Jennifer Giz, Ms. Wendy Albert, Ms. Kathy Polhos, Mr. Stephen Vilgas, Ms. Carrie Holzenbeck, Mr. Todd Ose, Ms. Patty Coleman, and all the EGHS faculty and staff that are here tonight helping to guide our ship this evening. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to thank Mr. Tim Freeze from the Maxwell King Center for working with our committee and providing us with such a magnificent venue to host this graduation. At this time, I'd like to recognize our special guests from the administrative team that are joining the graduates on stage this evening. First, from our District Administration, Facility Services, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Dane Theodore. Also from our District Administration, the Central Area Coordinator, Ms. Sherry Bowman. From Eastern Florida State College, Melbourne Campus, Student Advisor, Dr. Wayne Scott. From the City of Melbourne, Mayor Kathy Meehan. From Eau Gallie High School, Mr. Judd Kaminsky, Assistant Principal of Facilities. Mr. Jack Murphy, Senior Class Counselor. Mr. Chris Hinkle, Assistant Principal Curriculum. Also from the Eau Gallie High School Administrative Team present this evening are Tina Susan and Mr. Mark Majeskovic.
Yeah!
Tonight's pronunciator, Chief John Fitzgerald, our Air Force ROTC instructor. I'd also like to recognize all the Eau Gallie High School faculty present tonight. Your dedication and devotion to our mission is the driving force behind these students' past and future successes. Please stand and be recognized off stage here. My goodness, another year has flown by. We find ourselves between the fond memories of the past 12 months and the anxiety of what the future holds for these graduates on stage tonight. Graduation always provides us with an opportunity to reflect, to think back over the past 4 years and revel at our accomplishments, and to remember what we've learned from our setbacks and our victories, and to determine what path we will follow from this day forward. This class will always hold a special place in my heart, as this is the first class that entered Eau Gallie High School as freshmen during my first full year as principal. I can hardly believe it's been 4 years already. As many of you are aware, we create a theme each year. The theme 4 years ago was a year of transition. In that year, there were 3 new administrators, a new secretary, a new tech associate, and 15 new teachers beginning their tenure at Eau Gallie High School. When you couple these changes with what we were beginning to ask of the students in the building and the normal transition from middle to high school, I can honestly say that we have asked more from this class than I can remember working with in my 25-year tenure. Tonight, I'd like to recognize both collective accomplishments for this class and several individuals that stick out in my mind. The graduating class of 2015 has generated almost $3.1 million in scholarship funds that will be made available to them next year. Currently, we have 26 students graduating with both their high school diploma and their AA. We have 2 students. For the first time, we have 2 students receiving their high school diploma, their AA, and their Cambridge ACE diploma. They are Brittany Davidson and Adam. We have 36 Cambridge ACE candidates. Stephen Beal is a National Merit Scholar finalist. Nearly 100 students successfully passed their career and technical education industry certification tests this year. In the athletic arena, once again, our softball team made a regional appearance, and our baseball team hosted our first regional final under Coach Bobby Collins' leadership. 2 track members, Shayna Lemon and Dean Clark, participated in the state track. In tennis, Christy Wisdom was the state individual champion this year. And in wrestling, Blake Blaylock wrestled his way to the state tournament. Over the last 4 years, this class has certainly seen its share of both academic and athletic regional and state recognitions. Individually, there are so many stories to be told, I simply can't tell them all tonight. But there's some memories and superlatives that I'll take with me as I move forward from tonight. First, I think it is fitting to remember and recognize those Commodores that are not here this evening. Brandon Fritz and Ariel Williams were taken away from their classmates. It's okay. One in an auto accident and the other with health issues. They both will leave a lasting impression on our school that will not be forgotten by this class, our faculty, and our community. 4 years ago, when I met Courtney Bradley, I knew there was something about him that I liked right away, something special about him. He is, of course, the self-reported king of swag on campus. But there is something more to Courtney than meets the eye. In my first conversation with this young man, he was explaining to me how he was going to become a chef and eventually own his own business. Well, sure enough, 4 years later, he's on his way to Johnson and Wales Culinary School on a full scholarship.
Yep.
I have no doubt that he will be successful. I met Sarah Wendlinski that fall as well. I will certainly miss the biggest Pittsburgh Steelers fan I've ever met. Don't forget, she will sneak up on me. Congratulations. I also can't leave little Jimmy McCammon out. Jimmy entered the halls of Eau Gallie High School as a typical 9th grader, ready to take on the world. He overcame the fact that his mind was developing and operating about 5 steps ahead of his body on the football field. Now he is no longer little Jimmy. He is Mr. McCammon. He's on his way to play football at Stetson University on a scholarship. Watching him develop as a player was great. To watch him develop into the man he is today is why I love this job. You know, I tell people all the time that the greatest asset for Eau Gallie High School is its people. This year, in the true spirit of what makes Eau Gallie great, Deanna Dickman received the Youth Volunteer Award of the Year from the Broward County Public Schools. There's There's one more Commodore that I want to highlight, as this student has made an indelible impression on me. This student is dual enrolled and will complete his AA degree at Eastern Florida State College. He was invited to join the honor program at Eastern Florida State College, and after his graduation will transfer to the University of Florida to study physical therapy. This student has a strong character, and his actions speak volume for the integrity he has and carries with him each day. He's the type of student that is sensitive to those around him. He knows when they may need a hand or motivation. He engages people for not self-fulfillment, but because he genuinely cares for others. His accomplishments are many for a young man his age. He's a J. Cal Bray Leadership Council member, the Brandon Killingsworth Award winner. He was the captain of the varsity football team this year in defensive end. With all young adults, this student often takes things very literally. In fact, not too many years ago, when he was in 6th grade, his teacher had asked him to go out to the playground, to the sand pit, and bury a basket of eggs. He took the basket and was gone about 30 minutes and came back. The teacher noticed, well, the basket's not with him. She said, well, did you leave the basket on the playground? And he had a puzzled look on his face. And he explained to her, no, I buried the basket with the eggs just like you told me to. The teacher and the student broke out into laughter. And it's a good thing that he learned to laugh at himself at a young age, because I understand he has to laugh at himself a lot. This morning, Tommy Madden received the first annual Principals Award. In my mind, he embodies what my vision of an Eau Gallie Commodore should be. Motivated, strong character, great integrity, a servant's heart, and a leader among his peers. Congratulations, Tommy. I lead the class of 2015 with these parting thoughts. Be attentive to those things that we have control of. Almost always, everything else works itself out. Be intentional to be reflective. At times you may be surprised at what you see. And finally, you can't change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails to reach your goals. Good luck, class of 2015.
James Clay Sively. Ryan Nolan Stoke. Devin Nova Skutnik. Monica Abigail Smith. Ashley Nicole Soy. Timothy James So. Stephanie Alicia Stein.
Hey, Stephanie!
Deborah Louise Stevens. Naomi Leigh Stokes. Hunter James Strait.
Go Hunter!
Timothy Michael Strebe. Carlo